Welcome to Life Fit with DVD. That is me. Today I wanted to talk about negative thoughts and feelings. And I wanted to bring this up because it's interesting to just see where I'm at in doing these videos, just the things I'm doing on a regular basis, and how every day is a little bit different in terms of your energy level and what you can control. Now, it's interesting because I didn't get as much good sleep last night. And what happens when I don't get as much good sleep? Well, I get a little grumpy, right? So, what happens when that starts to happen is you know, it's not even my health, but your sleep deteriorates, your energy level deteriorates. It becomes harder, at least for me, and I know this isn't for everybody, but maybe other people just aren't aware that this is happening to them. But what happens to me is that my thoughts begin to decline. I become more distracted. Um, and what starts to creep in is this sinister thought process of this isn't working, do something else. uh, are you sure you're really good at this, or should you be doing something else? Like, what do you want to focus your time on? Oh, you're focusing your time on the wrong thing. You need to change your direction. And it's like this voice that you know is just making you procrastinate, or bring you down, or it's just like a general negativity towards the things you're doing. And I wasn't getting that last week as much as I am this week. And I think sleep is part of it. But I think what also is part of it, at least for me, is it's a focus. And it has me wondering, do people get addicted to their negative emotions and their negative thought processes? And I think there is absolutely something to this. I think there's a familiarity in the way the stories we tell ourselves and the way that we think about things. Because there's that familiarity there, just like any song that you listen to on repeat, you begin to grow an attachment to it. Just like the people that you surround yourself with, you're going to become more like them if they're in your environment all the time. So it is critical to be aware of the thoughts that you're thinking and the way that you're talking to yourself, the stories that go on in your head. Are these stories that you associate with, that you identify with, that make you feel good, that make you feel like you know you want to feel, right? And we have control of this on some level. And yeah, of course, it's not always easy, as I'm experiencing today. But I think this is something that a lot of people could associate with and resonate with. That this is something that happens, and sure, I mean, it happens to all of us. And I think the only difference is becoming aware of it. We can't program all of the things that have been we've been exposed to, that the conditioning that we've had growing up, or the programming that was basically instilled on us on a total body holistic level, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, physically, right? I mean, all of these things, even the negativity, can get trapped in your body. And that's why people get very uptight. They'll hold their shoulders up here because while they're uptight, they're stressed, right? And people hold a lot of tension up in their shoulders and their neck. So it's important to be aware of this. I mean, that's step one, right? But it's also good to write these things down. Write what's happening when you are starting to tell yourself these stories that you don't want to experience. How did you get there? What do you think could have contributed to it? Is it a sleep thing? Is it you've been eating less, good nutritious foods? Um, did you interact with somebody that really you didn't like what happened, or just kind of brought you down? So becoming aware is really step one. You can talk about it with other people. I like journaling, um, and find a way to basically have an outlet to analyze what happened and just get it out, right? Write it down in a journal. I like to type it. Um, and that way you can go back and you can see, what happened when, uh, certain events happened in your life. Because then you'll be able to put together a correlation between, these things, right? Um, but it's also important in this writing or, talking about what you're experiencing to think about how it isn't true. Is what you're telling yourself, like, I mean, it's one thing for it to be like realistically true, sure, but what were your intentions? Did things just not happen to go the way that you thought that they were? And is that why you feel bad, or is it something that you could have controlled and you know you made a mistake or whatever. Because ultimately, your intentions are not out to harm yourself, typically. But sometimes our body and our mind might be addicted to these negative thought patterns, and we might find some sort of sick comfort in it. And I think that, you know, this goes really deep. And identifying them and just becoming aware of them, it's hard. And it's going to be a constant battle because I've been battling this my whole life. But writing them down, becoming conscious of them, rewriting the story, uh, asking the question, do I want to even feel this way? And if you don't, then why are you holding on to this emotion? Or why is it keep, repeating in your head? Um, Also, redirect that story. So it's like you might be experiencing something, and okay, so, well, how do you want to feel, or what is the story that you'd like to tell yourself? Better yet, what is the thing that you want to focus on with that energy that you're directing towards the negativity? Um, and what has helped me, I mean, even today, is, and it's a struggle because my energy level is still pretty low, I guess, relatively, but redirecting that energy towards something productive of what would make me happy if I got this done today, if I did just this research today or just completed one task. um, what would provide value to your day that you think would provide value to your day, and focusing on that thing and just getting that one thing done. And then, hey, it's a success, right? Don't beat yourself up. Don't be too hard on yourself, like I have been in the past as well. And then, be grateful for the thing you got done. Be grateful for all the other things that you have, you know, put together in your life step by step to get you to a place that you want to be. And I know that's hard to focus on. Um, it's it's hard on one hand to focus on the future, but it's also hard to look back and kind of be, appreciative of how far you've come sometimes. So that's just another thing to reflect on and be grateful for as well. And then ultimately, this isn't going to be an easy ride. Like, you are going to get tired. That's inevitable. You are going to get run down. You might get sick. You might get down on yourself for not being able to be up to speed or up to par with, like, you know, where you want to be with things. And maybe you just set a high standard for yourself, and you just, you get down when you're not up to that standard. I think, I sometimes get like that too. So it's important to be realistic and be patient. That, and I'm saying this, but this is so hard for me as well, to just accept that this is, you know, going to be an ongoing process and a battle that isn't going to go away, uh, you know, just in an instant. It's going to be a slog. It's going to be a battle that you're going to have to be aware of each and every day whenever these things come up, and just don't indulge the negativity. Become aware of it, write about it, be patient with it, try to have some compassion for yourself, and realizing that, hey, this isn't part of you. It's something that you thought you might have been. It's a story you've told yourself. Maybe it's programming and things that you dealt with growing up, and you're still just getting rid of it, right? You're shaking it off. But just realizing these things and becoming aware of them is just a huge step in identifying this association with the negativity as your identity, and just working to, rewrite that script for yourself. So, hope this helps. If you like this, that'd be awesome if you could like or subscribe. It means so much to me. If you need help with any of your personal goals and need an accountability buddy or whatever, let me know. I'd love to help. But until next time, talk to you later.